Hey, folks, welcome to Caching in the Northwest. You know, this is the podcast from the birthplace of geocaching right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific. I'm Chris of the Northwest, and we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're reading email at 10 miles an hour, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
That's right. And tonight, well, we're talking about the Washington State Geocaching Organization with MC3 Cats, and of course, so much more. So welcome, Mr. Katz.
Hey, well, good evening, gentlemen, and everybody out there in the airwaves.
Glad to have you along. As always, live audience, share your thoughts with us in the live chat. We love hearing from you. You make the show interesting. Because, you know, we don't. It's you guys. It's all about you.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, you know, you could call me Chris One Cat, but it doesn't have the same ring.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we appreciate all the people in the chat, and we appreciate the support of all the patrons who help to keep this podcast coming and every week, every Thursday night. We would like to thank Landsharks, one of our corporate Denali level sponsors. You can check them out at landsharks.ca. And our other corporate Denali level sponsor, that would be Gold Country Geo Tourism. You can head over to exploregoldcountry.com to learn more about the Geo Tour and the region. You can also hit facebook.com/exploregoldcountry. And if anybody else wants to know more about supporting the show, head over, click that Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website.
That's a right, folks.
That's right.
That's so good. Now, if you want to join in tonight's chat, and I know you do, because you join in every week, use the hashtag WSGA. You want me to spell that out for you?
Would you?
Wait, I think I just did. WSGA. Okay. And you can add to tonight's chat. You can ask questions. You can just give a good-hearted ribbing, whatever you'd like to do. Also, you can use the hashtag FTAS. That's FTAS. See how I spelled that one out for you? If you want to bring up anything for the after show, that's where FTAS comes from. I know. You just found this out. Your mind is blown. And finally, we're asking you to use the hashtag podcast baking to tell us what you've got cooking tonight.
Yeah, I don't have anything cooking.
Oh.
I'm going for the minimalist look tonight.
Why does it say the Chris's are not in the right order? Somebody moved them.
Oh, wow.
The Chris's are all here.
All right.
You can never have too many Chris's at an event.
We're just missing Rock Chalk, and we've got a
and the Land
three
Sharks.
of a kind.
I was going to say Mr. Landsharks. Yeah.
Well, then we got a four of a kind now.
That's right.
Working on a full house. No, that's completely different.
Let's see. That would be three Chris's and two Jims. There you go.
Oh, well,
Oh, yeah.
We've almost had that. Anyway. Hey, you want to get out and go caching in the Northwest this weekend?
I think we should. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't.
You could look for an Earth Cache because it is International Earth Cache Day 2022 this coming weekend. It's coming up quick. So
I understand the whole. Yeah, well, actually, I don't. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
The whole marketing thing of International Geocache Day, but it goes over 2 days now. Shouldn't it be called International Geocaching Days with a Z? Or
if you're commuting at 10 miles an hour or not.
That's true.
Or how about weekend? It's 2 days.
Yeah, or weekend, right? I mean, I get International Earth Cache Day. Yeah, I get the day, okay, but now it's 2 days, so it's got to be plural or weekend.
I don't know.
It's been the whole
weekend
finding Earth caches. There you go. That'd be something.
I just know there's something else going on this weekend up north, and I can never figure out why or when or how. So,
all right. I don't know what's going on up north. Anyway,
it's usually Canadian Thanksgiving, or as they say, Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Right.
I just know it as Oktoberfest.
Oh,
There you go.
Oktoberfest. Now,
Something like that.
that's another one. It's October. That means 8. Why is it the 10th month?
I can tell you why that one I know.
Do tell.
August, yeah, September, 7 month, October, 8
Yeah.
month, and November, 9 month, December, 10 month. Yeah, because Julius, July Caesar, and Augustus, August Caesar, wanted their own month. So they stuck them in the middle there. That's why.
And had to push everything out and didn't make any
Yes.
sense.
Not at all.
Wow.
But we are here still in October. And as of October 3, which was not that long ago, you can help Signal escape the hedge maze. There's a brand new challenge. Finally, Signal sees a light in the distance of the cave. He marches forward away from the troll, who is distracted by the jewel he found. The light in the distance and the sweet smell of flowers lead him out of the cave and into an elaborate hedge maze. Will Signal be able to navigate through the maze and continue on his quest? Geocachers have until October 3rd at noon UTC to escape the cave, it says. So they have until October 3rd, or the note says new challenge October 3rd. You tell me which is correct here.
Wow. I copied this from the blog post. So
I'm thinking they have until October something else.
they have probably December
Could
3rd.
be. At any rate,
usually
help them
it's
get out of
usually
the maze. Yeah. Help them get out of the maze. Throughout the maze, there are friendly goats grazing through the labyrinth and creating shortcuts. That helps. That's very helpful. If Signal can find a few of these goats, he'll have an easier time finding his way out. The goats, of course, are the special bonus item for the labyrinth in the hedge maze.
Everybody needs more goats.
Right.
It's just like cowbell.
You must collect 50 points to earn the first souvenir for the labyrinth in the hedge maze and 500 points to earn the second souvenir and get Signal out of the labyrinth. Chris, tell them how they score.
Well, let me tell you. You could start off with a mystery lab or an adventure lab cache location. That's 10 points. But wait, there's more. How about if you find a mystery cache? Yes, mystery caches are the big winners this month at 35 points. And then we go on to third place. It's second place technically in points. The multi-cache, that's 30 points. Tied with an earth cache at 30 points.
Okay.
Coming in next, we have attend an event. And there will be some events in the Northwest you want to attend in this time period.
Mm-hmm.
And find a cache with 10 or more favorite points. Why, that's another 20 points right to you.
What if you run across one of those goats?
Yes, if you find a Signal's labyrinth item or goat, that's worth 50 points to you. Woohoo!
Wow.
And of course, any other old found it log, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means you have to have done something. That's 15 points.
Okay.
And that's nothing for a goat to sneeze at. Now, the maximum points you can earn for any cache log is 85 points.
Okay, that would be the 35 pointer plus a 50 point bonus item, I imagine. Did that math in my head.
Ooh.
You can probably smell the smoke.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. People in the chat are already talking about it. And
Seabeck Tribe does say, it does say the geocachers have until October 3rd at noon to escape.
Maybe it's a 1 year thing.
Oh, there you go. Or one day and we've already missed it.
Could be. Oh, well.
Oh, no. GSM times 2 already has 375 points.
Maybe you need some more goats to chew your way out of the maze and take a shortcut.
Oh.
All right, Scott.
I don't know. But anyway, it sounds like fun. Get out there, get some caching done, help Signal get out of the labyrinth, because who wants to be stuck in a labyrinth after all?
Is it kind of like a hay maze? Corn maze?
Season for those, isn't it? Corn maze, hay maze, yeah. All right. Well, hey, this is all fun and all talking about labyrinths and Signal and goats. But speaking of goats, we've forgotten about our guest, MC3 Cats. Mr.
Here.
Katz, we would love it if you could introduce yourself to maybe somebody that is not familiar with you and or the WSGA. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am MC3 Cats, of course. I've been caching since 2009. let's see, I got involved with the WSGA early on. I've been in the organization in a couple of different roles over the years, and currently I am the president of the organization and have been for 3 or 4 years, I think now, something like that. So yeah, that's what I do.
That's great.
He's been the president so long he can't even remember when he wasn't.
It's been a few years.
I'm familiar with that feeling. Yeah. Do they play "Hail to the Chief" every time you walk in?
No, thankfully they don't.
He does insist we bow, which I find a little degrading, but I get it.
It's hard to capture that on a Zoom board meeting. People doing this, but
you just think they're nodding off.
Yeah, that's usually what I think it is. They're bored to tears, literally.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of the WSGA, it's my understanding there was a special anniversary last month. That would be September, right?
Yes. As a matter of fact, a milestone of sorts occurred beginning of September, actually on the 8th. The organization hit its 20th anniversary, which is pretty awesome, considering we've been at it for so long. And
now I understand when you have a 20th anniversary, you have to plan the celebration and then pause it for 2 years before you celebrate. That's how it's done.
So maybe we should postpone everything for another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been it seems like it's been a year of 20th anniversary, this or that. It seems like this year, but this truly is our 20th anniversary. We didn't postpone anything. It just happened to come around on the calendar. So here we are.
Okay. It was really nice that the WSGA started like a month after geocaching. That's what it seems, right? Because they had a 20th anniversary. WSGA has a 20th anniversary. So yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So we're in the celebrating mood this year. That's for sure.
Now, remind us, how did the WSGA form? What was the catalyst that caused this organization to pop into existence?
Well, as you can figure, we go back to 2002, September 8th to be exact. The organization came together when about 19 Puget Sound area geocachers wanted to form an actual geocaching organization. And really, there was one scenario that really sort of put the cattle prod to them, and that was the Washington State Park System was threatening to ban geocaches within the park system. And that prompted these 19 cachers to, basically spring into action and form the organization, which is great. And there's, if you look at our website, you can actually see the picture of the founding members, and a couple of them might stand out to some folks. They're somewhat international stars, shall we say, in the geocaching universe. Mountain Bike was one of our original members, and then of course Brian Roth and his wife were also part of that team that came together and basically birthed this organization. So it's fantastic, actually, what they did and how they organized this group, and really we came full circle in 2013. Which was our first involvement with a Geo Tour. We weren't the hosts, we just helped them, but the Washington State Park System actually came to us and they wanted to host a Geo Tour for their 100th anniversary. And so we got to help them essentially put together their Geo Tour for their big anniversary. So we really have come a long way since those humble beginnings in September of 2002. And I think we've kind of, this organization has done what it set out to do, for sure. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride, for sure.
Sounds like a WSGA has done a lot of great things for geocaching around, and sometimes I'll bet it feels like you've been president for 20 years. But maybe not quite that long. But since the organization has been around that long, and you said it's a major milestone, how exactly is the WSGA planning to celebrate this big milestone?
Well, in 2010 or 2012, we had our 10th anniversary, and we celebrated with a geo art that we put out. It was actually sitting on top of the southern end of Lake Washington, which was a lot of fun. So this year we thought, well, we got to top that for our 20th. And so we thought, well, we helped the state parks launch their own Geo Tour. How about we do one of our very own? And so that's what we ended up putting together as our very own Geo Tour, which is a first. I mean, we've like I said, we've helped them, but this has our name on it. This is us. And so everybody's involved. All of our board members, for the most part, are involved in this Geo Tour in one way or another. So it's been a lot of work, but this is how we thought we could give back to the community, the geocaching community here, by putting out this Geo Tour. And kind of one of the ideas I had with it is, we were starting this right around kind of towards the end of COVID and people being locked down and all that stuff. And we thought, well, this would be a great idea to get people to sort of get reacquainted with Washington. We'll do a statewide Geo Tour, and people will be able to get out and maybe go to some corners of the state they've not been to before, or haven't since 2013 when the state parks tour went out. So that was kind of another reason for doing the tour instead of doing something different. Is we wanted to get people to sort of re-explore, get reacquainted, if you will, with the state after being kind of locked down for a while.
So how is this Geo Tour organized? Is it 20th anniversary? I'm thinking 20 geocaches out there somehow spread across the state.
No, not quite that easy. What we decided to do was let our chapters actually be sort of the catalyst for the tour itself. So we're basically doing 20 caches in each of the 7 chapters. Now, originally when I pitched this to HQ and said, hey, we're interested in doing this, we originally were going to do this as one ginormous Geo Tour where you would have 140 caches to find. It'd be very similar to what the state parks did with theirs, except they had, I think, 103 caches. So ours is going to be bigger than what the state parks did. But in talking with HQ about it, they're like, have you thought about doing it this way? And after talking with HQ about it, I said, that's a great idea. So instead of doing one gigantic monster 140 cache Geo Tour, we're basically dividing it down by 7 bite-size Geo Tours. So each chapter will have 20 caches, and that's the Geo Tour for that chapter. And we'll just multiply that times 7. So really great. You don't have to go and do 140. You don't have to go and do 190, whatever. I mean, it's up to you. But the best part of it is you got to find at least 3 of the Geo Tours. So it doesn't matter which chapter you go to, if it's Southwest, Puget Sound, 48 North, Cascadian, whatever. Go to any of the 3. We're not going to make you do all 20. Of course, if you want the souvenir for that chapter, you're going to have to do all 20. But we're going to be kind and cut some slack here and say if you can find 18 or more of 3 different Geo Tours, so that's basically 54 caches. If you can find 54, then you will earn a coin. Okay. And then we have sort of the overachiever coin, those that see the challenge and want to take it and find all 140. Then we have a different version coin for those that want to go out and see the state.
I happen to have the graphic of the coin here, if you don't mind sharing there. There you go. There's the Sunrise coin. So that's the 54 cash coin.
Right. So the goal, or the Daybreaker, I think it's what I call it, the Daybreak coin. So all you have to do is, again, just hit 3 of the different chapters, find minimum of 54 or all 60, and then you would be able to qualify for that coin there.
That is actually nice that you allow them to have, what do I want to say, a couple of mulligans per Geo Tour, right? You 18 instead of all 20, because there's a chance, road construction happens, you can't get to this one, it's gone missing. Lots of different reasons that if you have to get all 20 to get the coin, that perhaps it's a long trip for you to go to this region and you've got a day or two, a weekend, you can't quite get it. So having only to get 18, I think, is very doable.
And that was one of the main reasons why we, chopped that down to a minimum of 18, just for that reason. I mean, caches do go missing, and, road construction happens,
right.
Mudslides, floods. I mean, it's Washington, anything goes kind of here.
Yeah, exactly. Volcano, who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, volcano, exactly. So we weren't going to be that cruel and be, got to find all 20. So we weren't going to do that. And then we kind of made it easy for those that have placed Geo Tour caches, and there's quite a few people that have volunteered to do that. They will get a pass on the one that they found or that they've placed. So that's one less they have to go and find as part of the tour, which kind of helps sell the idea of, hey, how would you like to adopt a Geo Tour cache, and you take care of it, maintain it, and in exchange you have one less you got to find in that particular chapter. So
okay, MC3 Cats, back up. What is the second coin? How do you earn the second one?
So this guy here is the Dusk. So I've kind of playing it a little on the coins, sort of play on, how long it's going to take you to earn this coin. Daybreak, it's easy. You got the whole day ahead of you. You can pound out, 50 odd caches and earn the coin. This guy here, this is the Dusk coin, and so essentially denotes that it's taken you a very long time. You've been out all day. You found 140 caches, and you're going to be rewarded with that Dusk coin, which in reality it probably would take you a lot more than one day to do all of these because of how they're split out. Yeah. But it's sort of symbolic.
Yeah. Seaback Tribe says the picture doesn't do the coin any justice. It's a beautiful coin.
That is true. And I actually have a couple of live ones over here I can grab, but I'm not sure that this camera would really pick it up much better. But anyway, yes, we'll have some on display at some of our events down the road, so we can kind of tease or entice people to get out there and go find them.
Nice.
So you mentioned 18 out of 20, 140 for the overachiever. Those are for coins, right? And are there anything else, like maybe souvenirs? People like souvenirs. Did you mention that already?
Yeah. So each, since they are 7 individual Geo Tours, that means there's 7 individual souvenirs, which is another plus for doing, 7 bite-size statewide tours versus one gargantuan one. So it allows you maybe for those attention deficit types. Hey, you just got 3 of them you got to do. You get 3 Geo, you get a coin, you get 3 souvenirs. Great. And then you can not do the others if that's your thing. So we wanted to reward those folks that have gone out and actually did find all 20. So, getting the coin, you need to do at least 18 in each chapter, in 3 chapters. But if you really want to get the souvenir, then you got to get them all.
Get all 20.
You got to get all 20. So that's sort of the hook there. But again, we're rewarding you with a souvenir for your
Sure.
efforts for each one that you complete. So it's
Right.
And if
Right.
you get
again
all seven-
another plus for it.
if you get all 7, is there an 8th super achiever?
I know there should be, huh? No, instead of an attaboy, hey, you did a great job. Yeah, there should be a big, I don't know, fanfare and
Oh, I know what it is. You get to serve on the board of the WSGA.
for
That's
there's the consolation prize. Congratulations, you've just been sworn in.
You get to. You have the opportunity to.
Yes,
It's such a privilege.
There you
absolutely.
go. That's how you sell it.
Nice. Now we have a question from GSM times 2, and he wants to know, after you've gone and done, 3 chapters worth of caches, you've got that 54. Oh, come on. We know you're going to do 60. Where do you go to actually get the coin?
Well, we've got a couple options on that. The easiest way would be just to mail the completed passports directly to us at our PO box, which is on our website. The other option is we will definitely have some coins available at some of our events. Our reps certainly we can promote that at events and say, hey, if you've completed, which I doubt we're going to get anybody completed in the first day, but who the heck knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't think we're going to get anybody within probably a few months of getting the other one, the second coin. But
I don't know. Have you met geocachers?
Yeah.
Just saying, winter's coming, and
Yeah. If
If
you
you
put
live
a challenge in front of them, they're going to complete it.
Yep.
if you live over on this side, you got to go all the way over to the Spokane side. I'm not sure. I don't even know where all of these caches are spread out. I know where some of them are because I've helped placed some of them. But it was really left up to each chapter to do their thing. And, a number of the chapters held events and had essentially adoption parties and would adopt out the caches right then and there, which is what the Puget Sound chapter did. And I'm pretty sure there were a few others that did that too. So they just say, hey, here's your container. Here's your instructions. Go hide it. We had some other ground rules. We were trying to keep the difficulty and terrain levels to, I think 2.5 or less was kind of the goal. And one of the things that came back on the state parks tour was there were some that were 3.5 terrain that, older folks that, or, have mobility challenges particularly would have had a tough time to finish that.
Sure.
So we wanted to really try to make this Geo Tour available for anybody who wants to do it. So no, what am I thinking? Crazy puzzle caches, no climbing, mailbox peak to get a cache up there, so we're trying to no paddle caches, none of that kind of stuff. We want to make it attainable for anybody who wants to do it. You don't need special equipment. You don't need, an Ivy League PhD to solve a puzzle, none of that kind of nonsense.
Nice. Seebeck Tribe wants to know, will there be a GPX file for each chapter?
There should be when the tour actually is put together. We've done our end of it. Everything's been sent to HQ, so they have to compile all that stuff. But yes, there should be a GPX file for each of the 7 chapters. And
that's pretty standard for a Geo Tour. You should be able to download all the locations and go.
Yeah.
So you mentioned mail in a passport. Where do you get these passports? What does a passport look like?
Fantastic question. So on our website, we set up an actual Geo Tour page. The whole entire page is dedicated just to the Geo Tour, nothing else. Right now, if you were to go to that page, you're just going to see all 7 chapters noted on there. so the links to those passports are not live at this point, and they won't be until we're ready to kick this thing off. But once that does happen, there'll be PDF links for each of the 7 chapters. You'll be able to go on there, click one, download it, print it, and off you go. So it'll be easy to get them. And then on that same page, once you've completed them and you're ready to turn them in and get your coin, there will be our address is at the bottom of that page, so you know where to send it. Yeah, so there's each of those colored passports there will have a live link. Obviously, we don't want to have it live now, but it will be prior to July. I think we're going to set up for a day before the actual tour launches. Those things will be live, so you can print them off, download it, be ready to go when the tour launches. Yeah, there's the coin redemption part there at the bottom. We kind of explain what you got to do. Just make sure I put that last little piece on there. That's sort of my teacher wife piece there. Please put your name and mailing address on it, passport, so that we can send your coin out to you.
Sometimes that stuff gets overlooked.
If you don't put your name on the paper, you don't get the credit.
That's
right. You don't get the credit. Exactly. So I kind of had my teacher wife was speaking in one ear, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should put that on there. Because you did the work, you should get the credit.
Exactly. And how do we know who you are if you just mail in one without a name?
Yeah. That's going to be really tough for us to figure out. We're going to have like a handwriting expert come in and look at all those code words you put in on the passport.
And because of that expense, your coin will be forfeited.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We'll send you a bill. Once we know who you are.
Yeah. No.
Ryling's trying to cheat the system. The first one without a name is mine.
There you go.
No,
he's planning to send his in without a name.
He'll do that on purpose.
Yeah.
He would, wouldn't he? Well, fantastic. So this is going to be all across the state of Washington. Each one of the chapters is in a geographical area, obviously. I mean, that's kind of how it works, but you've divided the state into 7 sections. So, it's going to be a bit of driving to go get all 140, but I know people are going to do it because people completed the 103 caches of the state park's 100 or 100th birthday. And they completed it often well before that year was up. So
yeah, I mean, it's another reason to get on the highways and byways and get out and explore. And I'm privy to a number of ones that have been hidden. And I really try to encourage everybody to find something interesting in your area, because it's essentially locals placing these caches. That's another reason why we wanted the chapter reps and the local cachers involved, because they know the cool areas in their region of the state. And that was kind of my vision of this is, hey, let's have a geo tour where the locals get to place the caches on the tour, not the WSGA board members and us. We want the locals because they know all the cool spots. They can give us a little bit of history on that particular area. And certainly the ones that I placed, particularly for the Cascadian chapter, I was helping the rep out, get some of his caches out. And I picked areas that, I thought was interesting. And I gave a little bit of, historical information or whatever I can find on those locations, just so that it's another container on a geo tour. I kind of wanted to have a little more, hopefully give a tidbit of information to somebody that they didn't know about that particular area. So that was really sort of my goal. The one I put out in the Puget Sound chapter is very much a historical one. So, me personally, I wanted to have a little substance to my container than just, it's hidden in the woods. Here you go. Here's the code word. Off you go.
Right.
So anyway, that was my vision of it.
CPEC Tribe asks if you could show a map of how each chapter is broken down. Well, Okay, if you ask.
We have a tag for that.
Yes, actually.
There it is. Perfect. So you
So
kind of get an idea here of how this is set up. So obviously, the three big colored ones to the right, those chapters are all pretty much the east side of the state. So it's kind of almost, you can almost see the divide. Really, you just follow almost the center of the coin, or the this is an actual chapter tag. This is like a cashkin tag that we made with this design on it. But it's a good representation. You can see each county within the chapter, and we, for the most part, the counties or the chapters are sort of split by county for the most part. There's a few exceptions. You can see for instance, right dead center in the middle there's Kittitas County, and so the northern half is part of the Cascadian chapter. The southern part is actually part of South Central. So we got a couple of ones where we're splitting them down the middle, and actually that line, the line is actually Interstate 90. If you were to align that with an actual road map, it really kind of follows the highway. If you see where Grant County is there, where it's split, right where the two counties connect, where Kittitas and Grant County connect, that's the Columbia River running right there, and that's the Vantage Bridge. Sure. And then right where the two meet, and then you make the turn and you go up past the Running Horse Monument, or the Wild Horse Monument there, and it makes that sharp right turn and heads kind of northeast. That is literally I-90. So if you're, so the northern parts of Kittitas and Grant is going to be Cascadian, and then the southern ends will all be in the South Central. But you get the idea. So 20 caches in 48 North, Olympic Peninsula, Puget Sound Chapter Southwest, etc. Right. And that's a lot of real estate, especially when you're looking at Cascadian, Inland Empire, especially the eastern ones. That's a lot of real estate.
It's a lot of space between, and the caches aren't all bunched together in one spot.
No, and I can tell you right now, Cascadian is probably got the most spread out that I've personally seen. I don't know what Inland and South Central's done, and I imagine they don't have them all bunched up either. So in other words, you're not going to go to Spokane and find all 20. I guarantee you will not. It will not be like that. Cascadian, I know for a fact, there are some up near the border in Okanagan County, and there's some all the way almost to the very western edge of Kittitas County, where it meets King County there. So that is a lot of land between up there in Okanagan all the way down to the western end of Kittitas.
Nice. And, this also gives you a chance to do the county challenge for Washington State. Gives you a chance to do the city and town challenge for Washington State while you go out there. I still have to hit the two extreme eastern corners, the north and the south there on the east side of the state. I haven't been out there, so I've got to go do that myself. This gives me a good excuse to go do it.
Yeah, exactly, because you can essentially multi-cache, if you will, and do different challenges. So the Delorme is also in there as well. There's some map pages in the Okanagan area in particular that I do not have. So there's my chance to and there's some towns I've never been up there. Like Twisp and was trying to think of the other towns. I've been to Omak, but beyond that, I haven't been up that far north.
Twisp is a nice little town.
There's some beautiful country up there.
Yeah, Winthrop's another one I'd like to go to, and I know there's I think that's City and Towns. I think Winthrop's on there. So this tour will give you an excuse again to get out and see the state. And work on some of those old dogger challenges that you've been sort of nickel and diming at for years and years. This maybe will allow you to clean those up and get them done.
Go out and get yourself a little notebook like JT Coffee does and write down the cache names you want to go hit and the cache numbers. Make sure you've got them all listed, because you know what? There's some great places out there. If you haven't been to Winthrop, it's a great little Western style town in the mountains.
And there's Leavenworth if you want to go with the Bavarian themed town. That's kind of over in that, that general. That's in the Cascadian chapter. So you got two really cool towns to check out.
Grand Coulee is also there in Cascadian.
Exactly.
Yep. And Soap Lake.
Yes.
You haven't been to Soap Lake. You don't know what you're missing.
And you need to go there on a windy day, that's for sure. Republic, of course. Yes. Yeah. Cannot forget Republic. That's another out of the way town over there for sure. So, can't guarantee you there's going to be caches in all these towns that we're mentioning, but you'll be going by some of them.
They're worth a stop to just, take in the beauty, the interesting stop along the way. So, of course, there's the cache there. It may not be a Geo Tour cache, but I can guarantee you there's a cache there.
Yeah.
We're just balancing rockets over in the Okanagan. That's another touristy sort of stop with the rock that just doesn't look, it looks like it's defying gravity. It's just the way it sits. You're just like, how is that not tipping over? So that's over, I think that's kind of near Omak over in that area. So anyway, this is your chance to sort of rediscover the state. And that's one of the goals of the tour.
Well, it sounds amazing. There's some beautiful country up there and all over our wonderful state. It sounds like you've been involved, or at least are familiar with some of these things have already been placed and planned out there. We're thrilled to get a scoop here on Caching the Northwest, but when they do finally go live, you say they're not live yet. Is the WSGA planning on a big promotional event to roll out the Geo Tours?
Yes, we are working on that right now. So just so everybody knows, the Geo Tour itself actually launches on October 29th, which is a Saturday. We are going to set up and do kickoff events throughout the state on that day. So keep your eyes and ears open and we'll get those events launched. I'm actually working on one right now. I was working on it earlier today. So there'll be one kind of in the central part of the Puget Sound for sure. Kind of an interesting little out of the way park that is not too far from here. So I thought it would be a great place for an event. So we're going to do that. Also, our reps are going to, during these events, we're also rolling out our 2022 premium member coin, sort of in conjunction with this. It just kind of fits the theme of giving back to everybody. So if you can make any of these events, the reps will, for those that are premium WSJ premium members, they can pick up their coins at these events as well. So another reason to go, not just the kickoff and being, right there when the thing launches, but also you could pick up your premium member coin for this year.
Very nice. Komakino asks, is there a time these caches will be activated? So we know it's October 29th.
Well, I love it, Rich. Great question. And the answer is absolutely. We have it scheduled to drop, and the ball, if you will drop at noon instead of midnight on Saturday, October 29th. I think we had it originally scheduled for earlier in the day, and I thought, no, let's make it later so that so our reps can have some time to plan events and to have the event at a decent hour and not at 7 a.m. or whatever. So late morning events, and then the way the event I'm scheduling, it's going to end right at noon when the ball drops.
Okay.
And I'm planning on having a few of the chapter passports for the Puget Sound chapter. I'm going to have a few of those available at the event so folks can grab them and go. And I'm encouraged the other chapters to do that as well. But like I said, our website, the links will be turned on for all 7 of the passports, so you can just do it yourself. Right. So on the 28th of October, we will actually turn on the links for the passports, so you can So you can go ahead and download them, print them, whatever you want to do. Now the passports do not have they do not have the coordinates for each cache. Now that would just be too darn easy.
Yeah.
So we'll just have the name and the GC numbers only. So you can't go out and get a head start on the tour. I'm sure some of you are thinking, hey, no, just the tour strictly has names and GC numbers only. So you won't be able to get a rush on those. Sorry.
CRS 98 says you scheduled it for 10 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'll contact the reviewer in HQ and say, we're going to change it.
Gives you a head start on the weekend. What could go wrong with that?
Right. That'd be a little tough for us holding events, though. We'd be scheduling them at, 8 o'clock at night on a Thursday.
This is the event, the show.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Seaback Tribe says a great big thank you to Ice and Wind for reviewing 140 caches.
Yeah, I second that for sure, Lori. Jim has been fantastic to work with on this, so I appreciate his efforts as well. It's just for any reviewer, I don't care who you are. In fact, it's a lot of work for them because whether you've got 10, 15, whatever, you got to go through and look at every single one. And 140 is crazy.
It's a huge number. Yeah.
And we've had some problems where they were too close to, a hidden waypoint or, in a conservatory area that the cache can't be placed in, or
just like in Clue, you can't put it in the conservatory with a candlestick.
No, maybe with the shears. How about the shears? Clippers.
Seaback Tribe says, this is pretty typical for Geo Tours. Will all the caches start with a similar name or title?
Yeah, so we have a naming convention for each chapter, which will kind of help in determining, which cache am I at? And you can sort of plan it. So the naming convention is essentially like a 2-letter. I think the 48 North chapter is the only odd one, since we're doing 3 letters for them. So we're doing 48 and the letter N. So the cache will be WSGA 20-48N-1 through 20. And then the name of the cache. So each cache will have its individual name on top of that. So there's the naming convention, and then, whatever the cacher calls it. I think South Central just did the numbers only. I believe they did not have any additional names. So it's just SC. So WSGA 20-SC-01 through 20. Okay. They simplified it, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, knows you know exactly where you are on the list.
Right, exactly. So we made that. We wanted to try to keep that easy, just for accountability purpose, so you can figure out, where you are. Okay, I'm at 15. I need to go get 5 more. So yeah, that's how we're doing that.
Fantastic. Well, you have mentioned many times about members, about coins, about the WSGA. How do you join this organization?
Well, great question. Our website is sort of a one-stop shopping, if you will, for the WSGA. And we try to put everything on there that we can think of. And the tour was just one more, page we added. But you can sign up right on our webpage, or website rather. It's really easy. Just click on membership, the membership tab. You just jump in there, and then they'll ask you basic questions. You got to set up a profile on our website that kind of gets you in the door. Just a username and password. That gets the ball rolling, and then you can go in and purchase membership. We have 2 different levels: $25 a year which is the premium level membership. And with that, you get, as I mentioned earlier, a premium member coin, at which we tend to roll those out in the fall months generally. So that's the premium one. And then the basic member is 15, and you get a badge. You get a badge for both levels. You get a name badge. You wear that to our events. Yeah. I bet Lori does.
See, my crowd loves making the badges.
That's awesome.
Well, if we haven't figured out yet, she is our secretary. So I appreciate all that she does for us. It's a lot of work cranking those badges out, but obviously she enjoys doing it, and I appreciate all that she does for us. So yeah, 15 gets you the membership, 25 is the premium level, and you get the coin we mint every year. And the badges, wear them to our WSGA events. A lot of times our reps will do special drawings just for WSGA members, special raffles, that sort of thing. And every so often we'll even have special deals on our website on our store side. So there's you may find some stuff on there that are member priced.
Nice.
So you may be able to get a coin for a few bucks cheaper than what's showing on there just by signing in as a member. So that's how that works.
Great. Well, there's been a lot of work done already. We know none of this happens overnight with just one person doing something. If somebody still wants to help out, maybe, sometimes people just can't maintain every cache that's out there that's placed. Maybe they want to adopt one of the caches and help maintain it for the run of the Geo Tour. Is there still time to do that? Are they all spoken for?
Yes, there is a limited opportunity for that. If folks are interested, definitely reach out to us. There's a contact form on our website. That comes to me, and the rest of the board members get that as well. And if you're interested, let us know kind of where you are, what area, because again, this is the entire state. So,
yeah.
And there's not opportunities in every section of the state, I will say that. But if you're interested, we can definitely get you connected with the rep and see if they have anything if they have any unspoken for caches, and we can get the two of you connected. But anyway, if anybody's interested.
Winos is interested. He said, I'd like to adopt one. I feel all by myself without one.
Well, Antoine, I got you covered on that. You don't even need to reach out. You already did. There's a couple in my mind I think I can adopt to you.
There you go.
Greenwords asked a great question. Do I need to live in Washington and be a U.S. citizen to become a member of the WSGA?
No. We have members actually all over the U.S., but we do have quite a few Canadian WSGA members. I remember just sending out a coin to someone that lives in Western Australia. So yes, we do not. Our charter does not prohibit citizens from outside this country to join our organization. I do believe that is not the case in other parts of the world, in particular, I think in Canada. I'm pretty sure the BCGA is one of those organizations where I think you have to be a Canadian citizen to join, but not the WGA. So by all means, if you're interested, just hop onto our website and sign up.
Fantastic.
And then Lori will get your name badge out to you.
Yeah,
she loves those name badges. She really does. She puts a lot of work into them, and it shows.
Yeah. She does. I appreciate everything, and really the rest of the board members too. We've got a fantastic team. All around. The chapter reps are fantastic. They're active. They see themselves as stewards of their little corner of the state, and we appreciate that. They know that area, their region backwards and forwards, and love to put on events. So, So yeah.
Nice. Well, MC3 Cats, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate all the time that you've put into the WSGA and coming on our show and helping us out or talking to us tonight.
Well, thanks for letting me come on and kind of promote the big tour that's getting ready to launch here soon.
It's exciting.
Fantastic. And listeners, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Caching in the Northwest.
That's right. I'd like to take a moment and thank Land Sharks and Gold Country Geotourism. They are our corporate Denali level sponsors. Landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online. They ship online orders daily. And of course, for absolutely amazing geocaching adventures, check out exploregoldcountry.com.
Fantastic. And we want to thank our faithful Denali level supporters. That's Land Sharks, Gold Country Geotourism, Team Squirrel, Groovy Owl, and Cachly, that best-in-class geocaching app. If you want to know more about supporting the show, click the Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website, like Keats94 did.
And Flagman.
And Antaeus.
LG9000.
Alarobrick.
You Talks to Rocks.
CRS 98.
Segehove.
Limax.
Kettle Barb.
What about Camp Clan?
Just Finding Our Way.
Acker Doc.
Kitty Quest.
Peach of Washington.
Wet Coaster.
Genice.
UDAC.
Kid Vegas 19.
Korsgat.
Ari 54321.
GSM times 2.
Trexzer.
The Pendragon.
Tick Magnet.
Donners.
M-Nerve.
Gas Station Tuna.
Skyhawker.
Logwork.
J-Car.
Seebeck Tribe making those badges.
That's right. Fairwood West.
The Arnott family.
It's our newest
The newest patron. Thank you.
patron. So thank you so much. Geo Nav Pro.
Green Words.
Dora Moore.
Subway Mark.
Team Noltex.
Kev MacD.
Sprouter. I think it's time to turn over.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's this guy called MC3 Cats.
Exactly.
And, of course, now that the baby's asleep, Boomer 365.
All right. Hey, thanks to all the patrons. Thanks to all the chat. And thanks, of course, to our guest tonight, MC3 Cats. Chris, if people want to get in contact with you, what's the best way to reach you?
Through our contact form on our website's great. Also through the geocaching.com messenger. Yeah. Or at an event.
Yeah.
We'll be at least one of them here soon.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Oh, Wino said we woke him up. Oops, sorry.
Doggone it. Half pint.
Well, I tried.
And for us
Lightly.
regular hosts, you can find us at cachingnw.com/hosts.
Forget about that one. Yes, that's still there.
It is.
And folks, thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. If you like the show, click the Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website. And if you didn't like the show, let us know what you want us to talk about, because we probably will. In either case, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and so much more. Subscribe and give us a review. Now, if you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you would clap. But since you're on a podcast or you're listening to a podcast, leave us a free, fabulous, fast, fantastic 5-star review. And it just rolls off your tongue. I know you guys are thinking about that. You can call 253-693-TFTC and ask us a question, leave us a comment, or drive us around the state anytime of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific for a live show. And as we proved tonight, even livelier chat. This show is produced by Chris Umpenauer, Jim Paulwitz, and Jay Kennedy. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2022 by Chris Umpenauer. And folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The After Show.
And for some reason, my background went black with that one. That was fun.
Right at 1 hour, too. That was awesome.
Oh, let's
Great
see.
timing.
Well, I have a task to start with. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go with just finding our way. Is it podcast baking or podcast mixing and melting? If it's really podcast cleaning the kitchen after making Nanaimo bars, that's quite a hashtag to use there.
Yeah.
They actually turned out reasonably close to my memories of Geo Woodstock. Nice. Just finding our way. We're going to just find our way to you because we want some of those Nanaimo bars.
Just baking.
Yeah, if you're going to bring some, to the class, you got to share with everybody.
Right. Let's see.
My wife keeps saying she's going to do pumpkin bars, which
There you go.
are somewhat similar to carrot cake, but no carrots. And it's pumpkin instead, and it's got the white, like frosting on the top, kind of like cream frosting type thing. But
I just found out they make pumpkin spice pies. Pies out of that pumpkin spice that you're getting in all your. Yeah, I just found out about it.
Who knew?
how about that, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, the can of pumpkin sitting on the counter in the kitchen. I keep looking at that going, is that going to turn into something, or is it just going to take up space on the counter there?
perfect. Put a
Well,
face on it.
Put a face on the can? Sure.
I can tell you that I have plans or I have obligations in the morning, and I'm going to turn into a pumpkin soon. So I am actually going to have to sign off. You guys feel free to carry on with the after show, but I'm going to call it.
We'll carry the torch
you.
for you, Jim.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight, Wits End.
You bet. Good night.
All right,
Take
leave it
care,
there.
Jim. Oh no, the two Chris's are in charge.
I know. Now it's just the Chris show. We can keep this going for hours.
Maybe we can get Rock Chalk to come in.
Oh, there we go. 3 kisses.
Oh God.
There you go. Good night, Wits.
Bad idea.
I'm throwing an event on the 15th. So if you happen to be in the Seattle area, come to a 20th anniversary of the WSGA event at the German House in downtown Seattle. Now, you would think if I have the event, I would know exactly when and where. I know it's at on the 15th at 2 to 4. But I'm trying to come up with the GC code, and well, hold on, I don't have it open in front of me.
And Lederhosen is optional, I believe.
Yes, completely optional, but encouraged, and dirndls.
But encouraged. There you go.
So that is GC 8 Kilo 01 Gamma. What is G again? Is it? I suddenly forgot.
Golf, isn't it?
Golf. There you go. Golf.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Gamma works too, though. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever.
Oh, he got that day off, and he'll be there, says Winos.
Well, there you go. Just for you, he says.
There was some podcast baking that I think we missed because I see Kitty Quest saying I wouldn't mind having some of Diana Camp's chili relleno casserole. That's right, because she was doing podcast baking for lunch tomorrow.
Ah, wow. That sounds tasty. I guess a trip to Tacoma might be in order.
Oh, look at that. Chris Moss. That's one more Chris.
Scott.
That's actually quite funny.
Spot on, man. Yeah.
Oh, from George. I'm bilingual. I was working through those what is it called? The oh man. My brain is fried tonight. The alphabet. The new is it not mnemonic, but the alphabet to go through alphabet.
I was gonna say the phonetic one, or are you talking about
phonetic
okay,
alphabet?
yeah.
Thank you. I was going through that in my head today, and it's like, and I hit G, and I'm like, gone.
Yeah, it's golf, hotel, India.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember them all.
I don't know why that one just. Boop.
it's one of those military things. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot Golf Hotel India. I can't remember the
Juliet,
Juliet Kilo.
Kilo, Lima, L.
Yeah,
M.
Mike. I think is Mike.
Yep. Mike, November.
Oscar.
Oscar. No, I'm having trouble doing the alphabet and those at the same time. MNOP.
Papa.
MNOPQ.
What is Q?
Quebec.
Yeah, that's it. R is Romeo.
R, yep. RS. Sierra.
Right. T is Tango. Yeah. What is U?
U is umbrella.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
W whiskey, Y Yankee, Z Zulu.
Yeah.
And I don't V Victor. I missed a letter. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Don't always think Quebec uniform. Yeah. Uniform.
Yeah, there is a there's two of those alphabets. There's one that's used by police, where they go more of a Mary Joseph by first names.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the military. And there's actually a couple of X-ray. Sorry, we missed X.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe there's a NATO and another phonetic alphabet. So you can
it's confusing.
Yeah, you can have a bunch there.
It's bad.
What do I have in my drink? Seahawks victory and water. Yeah, like Mike, John. Yeah, that's the police one. Or Mary. I know they use Mary. Anyway. Adam, like 1 Adam 12. Yeah. You've muted yourself, MC3 Cat, so. Okay, well, in that case, since you've muted, then we're done. I'm not talking to myself. Folks, thanks for joining us. And until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.